Technique number 12 in the orange belt for the Kenpo Karate for Christ curriculum is Kenpo Shield. This is another one of the Tracy's techniques that shows it pretty early. This is going to utilize our high block, which is one of our basic blocks. However, most of the time when we're looking at the high block, we're looking at an attack that's descending, kind of this angle 12, or even on the diagonals perhaps, but coming straight down. We don't look at the high block so much, at least not at a beginning stage, with a straight line attack. And the attack on this is just a right step through punch. So they're punching to your face, and we're going to utilize this high block. Now the problem with the high block and a straight punch to the face is if they're aiming for the chin, and then the time it takes to do the high block, they could still catch you between the eyes or the forehead, because this is a slower action than coming across the face or out across the face. So typically, to protect your face, the inward block, the extended outward block, or these parries, those are better options. But in this case, as we use the high block, we will make the high block effective. But in order to make the high block effective, because it's just a little bit slower when it gets up, rather than it just being the arm raising up, it'll be a left-hand high block, we also want the head to drop down. So if the head drops down as the arm comes up, you've got an action that's fast enough to keep your face protected. So as they go to punch in this particular technique, we're going to step back with the right foot, so left side's forward. And I want you to step back as if you're kind of losing your balance and falling back here. It's got to be a fast action. Boom! And you're dropping your hips down to duck. Almost like you're going to duck the punch, but you don't quite make it. So you go to duck, whoa! And you get that left hand up. And now we've got a high block that'll work for a straight punch, but in order for it to work, we've got to be dropping down as the arm's coming up in order for it to be fast enough. So, step one is this is our Kenpo Shield, that high block, where the technique gets its name. Now from here, I'm going to pivot a little bit, kind of to a wide kneel or close kneel position, and uppercut strike to the ribs. Boom, hitting them there. Hit with a low uppercut. And notice the position of the hands here for the high block and the uppercut. You're going to see that a lot. It's going to show up in several of the forms, particularly the book set or bungi. And from here, you want to keep your arms as if they're in the same distance apart, almost as if you had a stick in each hand and you were holding the ends. And I want to rotate here for step three is, well, let's go back to one. One high block, two is punch. Step three, I'm going to high block and punch together. Keeping that arm covered, I'm going to orbit this down while this one comes up. So left hand goes down, right arm goes up, keeps that arm high, and I'm going to hit with the left in the same space. And again, it's like I'm holding either end of a stick, and the distance between my hands as this orbits doesn't change, no matter which side is forward as you do the action. So the whole technique in Kenpo Shield is step one, steps back and covers. Step two is the punch. Step three, we roll, block and punch together, hitting the same spot on the ribs. And that is Kenpo Shield. That is technique number 12.